together. Recite the sentence in your mind. It isn't about grasping, not grasping anything. From not grasping the non-grasping itself. Recall this sentence. So that it is a true release that let go of releasing. Because it comes from not grasping, both grasping and not grasping. That's why it is a release, a relax that can empty out all and everything. So keep recalling, be diligent, and reminding yourself to recite the sentence from not grasping, both grasping and not grasping. Don't obsess with cultivating, knowing, seeing, or your body, your mind. You keep creating samsara if you keep fixating on knowing, seeing, cultivating anything. You create samsara. You still have grasping, overlaying, imposing, knowing, seeing. And once you have a grasping, it is a samsara. On everything is anatta. How can you grasp onto anything that is anatta? The grasping itself is anatta. You take something that is anatta and grasp onto something that is anatta as well. Isn't that insane? You are grasping on something that is anatta, using something that is anatta. So be careful, don't be deluded from not grasping, both grasping and not grasping all together with everything. Everything is the same. Don't be deluded in cultivating and keep creating samsara. Each and everyone create individual samsara. Don't obsess with using anatta toward another anatta. Not grasping, both grasping and not grasping with everything. Not attached, both attached and not attached toward everything. Fully and completely open up beyond any limit. You still focused, still having something to do with something that is limit. Go on, cut in a way that it is beyond cut and not cut. It is something without limit. If you still focused, still fixate on cut, not cut, that is limit. Go on, beyond attached and not attached. Don't fixate on attached or not attached. That's limitation. Beyond, even the beyond itself, it is something that has no limit. I've told you, everything is from not grasping, both grasping and not grasping. That's why it has no limit. Because it is from not attached, both attached and not attached. Cut, both cut and not cut together. So that it becomes the extinction, the emptiness that dissolved and clear without a trace. You keep on fixating on cultivating the sensation, the body, mind, or the perceptions. You still keep on practicing. You are creating samsara and realm of existence. Something that has nothing to do with beginning or ending of anything. It's not related even to the not relating itself, so that it becomes the extinction, the emptiness. You keep on cultivating. You keep on creating samsara. Whatever you cultivate, that is the samsara. That is the cause of suffering, samudaya. Not relate to both relating and not relating. Don't leave anything behind. Not either relate or not relate. Clear them all out, both relating and not relating. It is a desire, both relating and not relating. Not relate to both relating and not relating. Everything. If you fixate on relating and not relating, that is the desire of idea, of relating and not relating. You still fixate on grasping and not grasping. Both grasping and not grasping are desire of idea. Not relate to both relating and not relating together with everything. It isn't about beginning or ending of anything. It isn't about sustaining or maintaining anything either. It isn't about staying or dwelling on any state either. It is something that isn't about grasping, either grasping or not grasping. It has no trace. It isn't any realm of existence. It isn't any beginner or ender. It isn't anyone who is liberated or not liberated. If there is someone who is liberated or not liberated, that is desire. It is the desire who create the idea of liberated, not liberated, and it is desire who take on the practice. And the ending. It isn't about cutting anything. These are the reminders that dissolve the dissolving. It isn't about dissolving anything. Don't have to think about your own personal matter of trying to be liberated or not liberated for yourself. Think of the samsara. Everything. Everything. Not just focused on yourself for yourself.
จากไม่เอาทั้งเอาทั้งไม่เอาเหมือนกันเลย
all and everything the same, from not grasping, both grasping and not grasping, so that everything is released, that let go of releasing.
อย่างไรมันถึงจะออกจากตัวเฉยๆได้
How can you come out of the state of stillness?
กบจำศีลอ่างจำศีลถึงเวลา
Come out of the state of hibernation.
เวลาออกมาเพื่อเจอ
You are in that state of stillness, of not feeling anything of indifference. When you come out of it, you talk non-stop. You keep talking nonsense.
ก็เนื้อหาตัดสรู้สนุกดังสนุกเอง
Just keep on making the conclusion of the essence of enlightenment.
ทั้งเอาทั้งไม่เอาเหมือนกันอย่า
That is how you come out of any state, from not grasping, both grasping and not grasping. You will go beyond that state automatically once you make the conclusion.
ไม่มัวแต่หลงปฏิบัติพิสดาร
Don't be deluded in practicing.
กลับเป็นกรรมพิสดารไป
You keep on creating karma,
หลงอัศจรรย์รอ
and the karma become more complex and more complicated.
อย่างนี้หลงความพิสดารไปด้วย
You are deluded in creating karma through practice, and your karma in your mind become more complicated and complex.
ยังมาทำมันเอามึงหรือเปล่า
You are creating karma
หรือยังมาทำมันเอามึงไหม
by practicing and trying to gain something out of Dhamma without asking Dhamma is solved. Does it want to have anything to do with you? Does Dhamma want to hold on to you?
สอนสายวิชาชูช่องอยู่นั่น
Keep on teaching one another. Try to attain something from Dhamma, trying to take something from Dhamma.
พ่อเมื่อ
That is
รู้ว่าให้
greed.
เข้าไปแล้วทุกอย่างอนัตตา
Actually, the Buddhas enlightened for us that everything is anatta, but you all still take something that is anatta, trying to grasp onto something that is anatta.
ตัวรู้อนัตตาสิ่ง
The knowing itself is anatta. The thing you are knowing of is anatta as well. What is known is anatta. The knowing is anatta.
บ้าไปแล้วเหรอตัวรู้เองก็อนัตตา
So you cannot grasp onto anything from knowing. You take anatta, trying to take something that is also anatta. That is insane.
สังสวัสดิ์เป็นตัวปฏิบัติ
All and everything is anatta. Why are you still trying to practice to attain something that is also anatta? It isn't about cultivating anything. You cannot take anatta to cultivate anatta. It has to be not relate to both relating and not relating.
ไม่ต้องคอยเกี่ยวไม่เกี่ยว
It isn't about relating to either relating or not relating. Not attached to both attached or not attached. It isn't about not attached to anything. If you still trying to not attach to things, it means that you still attach to not attaching. Not relating is the same. If you keep on not relating to things, you still relate. You relate to that not relating. So not relate to both relating and not relating. And that is the end of the practice.
ไม่เอามันทั้งเอาทั้งไม่
Not
เอา
grasping, both grasping and not grasping
มันจะได้
with everything.
ตัวหลงเอา
So that
ตัวหลง
that
ไม่
is
เอา
the end of the delusion of trying to grasp and not grasp. End of the practice, the delusion to practice. That is the direct essence of enlightenment. It isn't about taking anything and trying to cultivate.
พวกลิงหลอกเจ้า
You are deceived. You are misled.
ตัวเจริญเพื่ออนัตตาเนี่ยจะเจริญสิ่งถูกเจริญ
The cultivation itself is anatta, and whatever you are trying to cultivate is anatta as well. The knowing itself is anicca, is anatta in itself, and what you are taking the knowing to know is also anatta, is also anicca. So you are deceiving yourself. You deceive yourself and you deceive others. The Buddhas already enlightened for us that everything is anatta, is anicca. It isn't anything in particular, but it is everything. You have to listen. The knowing itself is anatta. What is known is also anatta. It isn't anything to attach. It's not attaching in itself. Once you cultivate anything, it's become a suffering, it's become a torture. It's difficult. It's like taking drugs. You are addicted to drugs the same way you are addicted to practice. Once you practiced, you started to become addicted to it and keep on practicing. You might say that when you are still in that state, you feel comfortable, you feel light. But that is not a permanent state. You might feel good in meditation, but once something triggers you, disturb you, it's not peace anymore, it's not peaceful anymore. And the mood change, the feelings change. So you better cut both cut and not cut, and cut the cutting itself. That is all there is about non-attachment. What I just said. Not to be pretentious and practice. Try to cultivate meditation, mindfulness, precepts, and wisdom. It is like the drug addict that are addicted to the drugs. The same way, if you start practicing and you feel like you have pleasure, you feel pleasant in certain state, like the stillness, you are addicted to it the same way that the drug addict addicted to drugs. But actually, you are harming yourself. Everything the Buddha has already enlightened for us. But we didn't hear the truth and just making speculation and trained to cultivate meditation and mindfulness. You trying to gain mindfulness, to sustain mindfulness, without realizing that the mindfulness itself is anatta. The cultivation itself is anatta. You are using anatta to hold on to another anatta. How would you call that? It's like a monkey show. You are deceiving one another, telling one another to cultivate mindfulness, to maintain mindfulness.
ชาวบ้านเนี่ยนะ
You deceive yourself and deceive others.
เพ้อเจ้อเรื่องนั้นเรื่องนี้อยู่นะมันไม่มีเนื้อหาตรัสรู้มีแต่ตัวหลงรู้
Because what you are practicing, what you are cultivating, it has nothing to do with enlightenment.
หาตรัสรู้จริง
There isn't any essence of enlightenment in
เจ
that.
ริญตัวรู้
It's only the delusion of knowing.
แต่มึงตรัสรู้จริง
You are deluded
เจริญตัวรู้
in cultivating knowing something that has nothing to do with relating or not relating. It's only a direct enlightenment, direct cutting.
ที่มันไม่เกี่ยว
That is the essence of enlightenment, something that's not related to both relating and not
เกี่ยว
relating.
เคยไม่เกี่ยวอย่างเงี้ยมึง
You still try to relate and not relate. That is not true to the truth. That is so distorted. Something that not attached, both attached and not attached. If you keep on trying to not attach or attach,
นั่นปัญหาปรุงแต่ง
you are wrong, you are insane. Because it's not the truth, it's not the essence of enlightenment.
เอง
You create that habit, the habit of beginning and ending yourself. That's not the truth. So far from the truth. That's why there's so many temples, so many meditation centers, many methods, ways of practice. And that end up in different realms of existence for each and everyone who practiced. Why don't you just come to the enlightenment directly?
ไม่ได้ให้ไปเจริญ
Cut the cutting itself. Everything is anicca, tukkhang, anatta. It isn't about cultivating anything. The more you practice, the more you cultivate. The more you create samsara. Not relate to both relating and not relating. That is, that will be beyond anicca, tukkhang, anatta.
ไม่เอามันทั้งเอาทั้งไม่เอา
Not grasping, both grasping and not grasping.
คอยเอาคอยไม่เอา
Don't fixate on trying not to grasp or grasp. If you still keep on grasping and not grasping, that is beginning and ending, the cycle of beginning and
ตัวที่
ending.
เข้าไปเจริญเนี่ยเป็นตัวเกิดดับเป็นสังสวัสดิ์
The attempt to cultivate, that is the origin of the samsara. You don't have to choose anything. Don't choose even the not choosing itself. You don't have to choose either choose or not choose.
ไม่ต้องเลือกอะไรเลย
Don't have to choose anything.
เลือกทั้งไม่เลือก
Not choosing either choosing or not choosing.
จะได้ไม่ไปหลงเกิดเคยเกิดเคย
So
ดับ
that there is no more delusion. You won't be deluded in creating a new beginning and a new ending, on and on.
ตรัสรู้ให้หมดแล้ว
The Buddha has enlightened for us.
ภาวะอนิจจัง
On we need to know. On and everything is anicca, is
ภาวะ
anatta.
อนิจจังในภาวะ
Any state,
อนัตตาในภาวะ
any condition in your mind, your body is anicca, is anatta. No exception.
การที่จะไปคอยเริ่มคอยจบ
So it isn't about beginning or ending anything. It isn't about being attached or detached.
เพราะมันไปเนี่ยมันถึงได้เป็นสังสวัสดิ์ขึ้นมาเป็นเข้าเป็นภูมิขึ้นมาแต่มันถึงได้เป็นสังสวัสดิ์เป็นภูมิขึ้นมา
You having something to do with any mind state or the body. It is a samsara.
ถอยจากตัวถอยไม่ถอย
Step back from both stepping back and not stepping back.
ทุกอย่างก็จากไม่
Everything is from not grasping, both grasping and not grasping.
ล้างหมดแล้ว
It helped clear out everything, released the released.
จากไม่เอาทั้งเอาทั้ง
From not grasping, both grasping and not grasping. It
คลาย
helped
ทิ้งคลายหมดแล้ว
clear out, release the released for all and everything.
จะตามนั้นเอง
And everything will be according to that.